It's the 9th of January 2011, and my name's Kate Richardson, and I'm from Manchester Trades Council, and I'm speaking to Reg Johnson in his flat. Reg, can you tell me something about the Tressell Family Papers?
The origin of the Tressell Family Papers that goes back to the time when interestingly enough, the BBC put on a dramatisation of the book. And the amazing thing is, at the time, we didn't know until...
The family didn't know?
No. Actually, Kathleen...
That's Tressell's granddaughter,
That's Robert's daughter. She was living down in the Cotswolds.
Yeah.
And we had been living and working overseas. For some years.
So that's you and Joan. Joan's Kathleen's daughter, and
right.
Robert's granddaughter, and you're Joan's husband.
And at the time that we came back to the UK, interestingly enough, we had an apartment adjoining the one where Kathleen was living.
Oh, great.
And so that was very good for them both. And it was one morning, interestingly enough, Joan was looking through the Radio Times. Now, we really had no reason to look at the TV pages. Because,
you had no TV.
We didn't have a TV. We'd only been back a few weeks. Having a TV was the least of our priorities. Kathleen, she was living on her small Canadian pension, and she didn't have a TV. So it then appeared in the Radio Times, the announcement that there's production of the Ragged Trousered Philanthropists was on. It took them both by surprise, and that there was a communicating door between the two apartments.
Right.
And Joan and Kathleen met there, and in unison they said, "Have you seen this?" And the seen this of the question was the announcement about this film. It being shown on the BBC. Well, so for years I had often thought that one day I would have to write a letter to the Times.
Yes.
So this was just my opportunity to do just that. And so I wrote off to the Times, pointing out the fact that the irony that the author's daughter wouldn't be able to see it because she couldn't afford a TV.
Yes.
So we weren't sure of what they would do about it, whether they would publish the letter or not. But it struck them as being a particular human story that they actually sent a reporter down to Winston to interview Kathleen.
Oh, that's good.
And that's what one of those letters is.
Yeah, we've seen the press cutting about that. We've got that, yeah.
Where she sold this manuscript for £25. Well, it appeared a few days later in the Times, and it actually got through to Fred Ball,
who was the biographer of Tressell. He wrote One of the Damned, didn't he? Yeah.
And it turned out that he had already written a biography. She also heard from the Lawrence and Wishart, the publisher of the book.
That was 1955 edition, yeah.
Yeah. And we then sort of carried on. Just not knowing how important the book had been in people's lives.
Thousands, millions of people have read the book now, haven't they?
And so, what happened was that Tressell, it appeared, had been so interested over the years, going back to the mid-1930s, he was so impressed with the book that he wanted to read a biography of the author.
Yes.
He couldn't trace one.
So he wrote one.
So his friend said to him, well, look, Fred, if you want to read a biography, you'll have to write it yourself in the first place. And that is what he did. That was his first biography, was Tressell and Mugsborough.
So Reg, so really from that accidental viewing of this television programme in 1967, you've built up this amazing collection of different papers and press cuttings, old editions of the Ragged Trousered Philanthropists, photographs, all sorts of things. Your flat's very small. Well, it has got 2 bedrooms, hasn't it, your flat? But every single square inch is crammed full of Tressell memorabilia.
55 feet of it.
Yeah, 55 feet. The thing that I think strikes me as well is how unique your collection and important it is, because there's a whole number of portraits that were painted by Kathleen, and then you've shown us things like fragments of a mural that's Tressell's own work, also the original manuscript of the airship that he designed in 1905. Anyway, we're having a Tressell year in Manchester. I just want you. I was wondering, could you tell people why you think they should read the book? Why should people read Ragged Trousered Philanthropists?
I think the first thing is because it is totally relevant to people's lives. That they can read the book and identify with all the characters.
Yes.
Whether they're in the building trade or whatever trade they're in, everybody knows somebody in a similar situation.
And even if we're in 2011, people are still living in that extreme poverty and with all the stress, isn't it? Yeah. And if we're having an exhibition that's based on your family papers, and we're very grateful for you loaning us all these wonderful things that are next to you, actually, on that chair, that we're going to sort out into an exhibition. Again, why should...
the best of British to you all.
Yes, and why should people come to this and see this exhibition, do you think? What would you like people to go away with when they've seen the exhibition?
Because I think because it introduces them to an understanding of what Robert was writing about. That's the important thing, I think.
That's great. Reg, we'll finish there.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time and your hospitality this weekend. We'll let you know how we get on and send you some photographs to add to your 55 feet worth of shelf space. We apologise for adding so much more, but we'll do what we can to promote this collection and also the general life and work of Robert Tressell. Thank you for your time.
Very good.